Hey man, you got a stamp? Sure. What else you got?
Getting a gift or a present is always something that you can look forward to. Getting something without needing to give something back can always kind of be a special moment. It would be kind of cruel to see if you could survive off of only the things being given to you. But today, my pain will be your gain, as the real gift is me doing this run with this concept in Cyberpunk 2077. Because like most of my challenges, this one was given to me by someone in my audience. And to show my thanks to my amazing audience, and to kick off the good year in pain and in need of a beer, we are doing this run on very hard, something I haven't been since 2023. Like most runs, I really want to be a nomad, but due to an intro that has a fight that has me having things that aren't gifts, I become a street kid for like the, 9th time. Try and create myself as a run where I only use what I'm given, and use what people tell me to. Kinda, unfortunately, sounds a lot like me.
Yes, but...
Lars, I was just hit with a nuclear warhead and it somehow didn't kill me.
What? Alexa, how much time is left on my timer?
You have 10 seconds left on your 25-minute timer.
Okay, Alexa.
You have 10 seconds left.
Alexa, cancel that timer.
So with as me looking as we can become, LarsBurrito is born. Starting with the gift of free daddy soda in my sippy cup, I'm gifted the ability to take the worst job ever, where I'm meant to steal a car, but instead get a free gun pushed into my face, and both of us kicked out into the street. But I slowly become the best version of Daffy Duck.
Look at my life now. I live in a dump, no offense. I have a stupid roommate, no offense. And I've piled up tons of credit card debt, no offense. Why would I take offense to that? Because I used your credit card.
After months of being his Discord kitten, we start the day off with the gift of a military tech training shard. Normally I skip the tutorial that's trying not to be a tutorial. However, since this is a run all about getting free stuff that I shouldn't have, I think this is an acceptable time to be using it. And even better, this shard that is a gift teaches me how to put my arms around somebody's neck, giving them a gentle squeeze, and do what quite literally every chiropractor is born to do. And with this gift, I think this is one of the few times acceptable for me to do stealth in a run. So after taking off everything that isn't a gift, I know the original comment says to keep everything that I default with. However, none of these items that are in my inventory I can really prove are gifts, so I decide to remove them. And I'm also pretty sure the commenter gave these items to me as a pity for my usual disdain and whiting of having to deal with Jackie killing every fleshy blockade inside of the scav hunt. But since I now have the gift of killing people with my bare neck-crushing mitts, let's just say this intro mission is now just training for my doctorate and cracking it backwards crazy style with a little extra sauce. Why did I write this? Get to see what most likely happens to that one person in my comments who doesn't get a response when they ask to marry me. Sorry little guy, my heart isn't real. I then get to talk to my friend who's a little more edgy than normal.
Dude, imagine being called the N-word when you're actually a slave.
Not into you today.
What's gotten into you today? What did you eat today?
You wash your ass today? And since it's very hard, I need to use all my points and body so I can survive the car chase like Luigi, by doing absolutely nothing. We then answer the hard question.
Lars, how would you feel if you were in a movie that you had to say the N-word?
Oh, dude, I'd fucking loud and proud. You gotta fit the role, dude. You gotta say it with your whole chest. You don't gotta care about the 7 Karens on Twitter specifically, 3 of which who call it X for some reason. Like what they think when you play that role. Like you're playing that role. It's for the movie, which I think is like the best time and the best place.
I'm sure my brothers in black understand.
And with it answered, that one weird person is now for whatever reason upset, we then wake up. And before we leave, V now needs to deal with his very slow computer. Which sucks, as he really wants a new PC, but he can't really find a good deal. If only he knew about Apex Gaming! Boom, boom, sound effect. With price-effective machines like the Apex Bronze, while still cheap but high quality. Only 900 doll hairs for a 3050, built without me lifting a finger while my lunch is paid for? I won't even make a RAM joke here, this is straight value! Or if you needed something more multi-purpose, like me on a Saturday, such as the Apex Streamer, a machine built for not only handling your intense gaming, are going to be able to handle you streaming with high FPS guaranteed. All these machines are easily upgradable. These machines are not only easy to finance, but if you use code BURRITO or my link in the description, you get 3% off your order. And thanks for Apex Gaming sponsoring this video. The rest of it has no mid-roll ads, so enjoy. But now that I can eat meat this week, we can talk about the first reward I can get. A quest you get after the first mission with Jackie is called The Gun. And while Wilson specifically says he's got my gun waiting for me, the deeper lore of this weapon is how Wilson would have given it to you after doing his shooting competition. But since that reward was changed, it's heavily implied that this weapon was a reward for a separate competition that V has done. And after being broken, Wilson decided to fix it for free, making this little guy a gift and a reward in my eyes. But after that 300 IQ play, I instead make all my IQ into 2 by selling all my ammo for really no good reason, outside of not wanting to use things that weren't either gotten with reward money or a reward in themselves. And in terms of eddies, I was only going to spend them on things I couldn't earn otherwise, like ammo and heals. I'm not going to let myself get a gift with the money. The thought process is I'm trying to buy things that make my gifts actually work. If I was gifted a flashlight, I'd get it batteries when they ran out, or else this just turns into a melee reward only run. It's also something I do just so that eddies don't become worthless, but at least it has a reward sized mech to start with. And the true reward is getting to talk with Jackie as he has another gig for us. And since I don't feel like using my car that definitely wasn't for free, we become the House of Pancakes as I hop with my gift-given legs to make my way to Vix, so that he can make sure that I'm down with the sickness. And since everything he gives me is something I don't pay for, because I am the biggest leech on his back, technically, if I don't pay him at all, everything he's given me thus far is a gift. So with my new free gift of eyes, hands, and a little bit of armor, get to see that since I have no ammo in reserve, when checking out my ammo counter, my gun, much like my stomach, goes into the empty position. And since the flu got nothing on me, I can talk to my new boss. He needs a heist to be done. And for us to be able to pull it off, we need to get Robot Penny Parker, which I'll need to get from a guy with a spider face, something that can only be done after White Woman jump scare. So with that over, I ask for the aux, so I can change the mood by playing Cyberpunk 2077 song, Pon Pon Shit, which I think makes Mr. Black Jesus here either like me more, or really want to shoot me. But once leaving a menu, I kinda do what he probably wants to do to me, and try and reload a save to get said bullet back. Despite being someone who is completed Slotomatics only, I somehow make the easiest mistake to make. Whenever you reload a save in Cyberpunk 2077, it empties the mag and reloads it with ammo in reserve, meaning, I need more bullets! Tuka 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 tuka, tuka 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 tuka. However, as I've proved very recently, this isn't much of an issue. Mash this gun against anyone's face, and it does a little electric damage, making it easy to take anyone out, while stunning them with the fact that you just used a ranged weapon as a melee one. And not to mention, some gigs I need to be doing don't need much killing to happen. And even weirder, after getting into and out of this car, I get a free and clean 40 bullets. A gift from the car, I guess. How many people are gonna come to my door? Can we stop? But ammo shouldn't be much of an issue, since the whole run, I'll be buying it with my gifted and rewarded eddies. I still try not to waste what I have now for Mrs. Jones's gigs, but now that this run is legally distinct from the gun bashing one, I try and rush past as many gigs as possible. Because outside of seeing the pinkest shoes ever, most of the gigs have the same formula. And with the skills of parkour, anime, the good ones of course, and someone you're forgetting, that's right, Markiplier, most of these can be done either expertly and quickly, or after failing many a sneaky until I F4, F5 enough to get it. As in terms of the not side jobs, the most rewardable weapons you can get from gigs are either RNG, as when doing some gigs quote unquote perfectly, you sometimes get a spare reward, which can either be something good, or just a shitty version of something you already have. Or some very specific gigs give you something special. And in addition, if you complete all the gigs from a specific fixer, they also give you one additional big boy reward for doing everything they asked. And with some quests being grab one item, talk to one person, and or kill a fella, I'll tell you about the important ones. Speaking of important, White Woman jump scare 2. She feels bad for giving me a heart attack and gifts me free money. Money that should be used to buy a bot, but I instead buy it by paying it forward by moving Royce forward in life, by ending it. And with his lackeys lacking any skill or life as well, we can get the bot, tell you my level being cool for my one gun, and body for healing. Escaping all foods with a gun is as easy as escaping all foods with 2 guns. Before we talk to a rat that wishes he was Remy. But after talking about Peak, I must talk about clearing quests such as saving a guy, making someone not commit self-life removal, and in return for being a therapist, I thankfully don't get pissed with the reward. as it's an armor vest, meaning clothes are also off the list of things I can buy. And after some more easy gigs, we finally get the tiny Mike gig. A man of not so tiny proportions needs LarsBurrito to help him escape the cops. And to do so, he gives me a wet hypercritical. Why he made this critical moist, I will never know, but with my first real reason and 12 more incoming, I make my eyes dead, which gives this weapon some much needed help. The weapon itself is passable, its main upside is being explosive, and its last bullet getting confirmed, you guessed it, criticals. The only real downside is that it's a precision rifle, meaning that it reloads like this. It reloads so slow, in fact, afterwards I get to watch some much needed cartoon sounds make this scene even better. Not too long into it, we finished the rest of Regina Jones's in total 23 gigs, getting an additional reward of a green pistol and a suppressor. And most importantly, with every gig she offers finished, Regina gives you a big bonus, a cyber deck of the iconic variety, meaning we can now do damage inside Compeki Plaza. Life's not fair, I guess. So, pre 2.0 from what I remember, she'd give you a cyber deck, but instead, we now have this. Worst part, I can't even equip it yet, so with all that for nothing, we talk to Evie after a bevy, talk to the man who wants Hetty,
You look like a cut of fuckable meat.
find out Arasaka keeps potato chips in the fridge because they wash them, meaning they can't leave them in the pantry, stick Jackie with the bill because it's my birthday, get to talk about the heist we're going to do that can in no way at all go wrong. And after the heist that in all ways have gone wrong, I at least get the gift of seeing that my favorite color got a whole alert all to itself, which turns into something a bit worse, as me and Jackie now need to sneak our way out, since I have no other way to do damage outside of this. And don't bring up the fact that when you pick up your Nobu's pistol, it's called a parting gift as a joke. Not playing that card. We at least get LarsBurrito friend lore.
Oh, I really need that hemorrhoid donut.
That's so nice.
Oh, I'm sorry to inform you guys. I do, in fact, have hemorrhoids.
Thanks to Jackie as an emotional support dog, and me choking out all the guys who need it, we can go to the elevator. The game gifts me a pistol for this segment, so that's nice of it. And with Jackie quitting his job, he gives me the quest item I need. Find out why I shouldn't have played pun shit. My last moments at least include knowing how many punks it takes to cyber. In addition, I'm also allowed to have one last really good dream once I'm dead. A dream so good, in fact, that I'm awake once again in the world, getting to see what gamers do to themselves when they make the choice of playing comp in any game. I then get a nice free ride, with not only entertainment of playing Duck Hunt of the future, and afterwards dinner and a show. Waking up the next morning to find out the man who gave me a ride needs to talk. So after safely crossing the street, we can talk about how if I want even more gifts, I need to help him. And while he may be a little brain rotted from media making him think wrongly of Ford escorts, minus the Ford, but either way, the gifts sound great to me. And we get to see the stylish lady. But my mic audio is a bit messed up. But now you get me. 8 out of 10. Great outfit. Would be higher, but the weird leopard print makes it a bit more meh overall. I'm also 80% sure I've seen this fit before, but no. We then drink a tiny pint with large Mike, and on my way to talk with Rogue, find a man who wants to hire me. He needs me to make my way to the doctor, trying to keep his doctorate, and to keep him in business, I need to not only harm everyone down by the pier, once I bring him back to his fixer, I get to keep the weapon that no longer belongs to the doctor, and now belongs to me. With a new weapon in my arsenal, and not wanting to schlep across town for Judy, I decide to get into contact with Dino the Dino. He can give me the job of being a sneaky boy, making sure to tell someone they serve all and/or zero purpose, not only for the reward of a knife that I never use, but after another perfect sneak, a tech sniper that I actually use. I finish off the best of his gigs, being to kill a woman that I think was doing bad stuff, but I didn't read the info. But hey, combat is combat. If she's old enough to work for a company and do bad things to good people, then she's old enough to be dead. And once it's finished, I can jump off a building, only to find out Mr. Incredible didn't have the time, so I do it myself. So we can easily make our way to the ward for doing the 5 tasks for Fixer Dino the Dino, being a car that really wishes it was the one from John Wick. But the car is more than enough to drive over to Japantown and talk with Takamura. He really tries to gift me a job, but his friend says the line of no. But Takamura makes it up to me in a different way. I then get to show him how to really get free stuff and leech off of people, getting the gift of plans that might either start a war or get me in contact with the Geneva Convention. Judy informed me of a place called Clouds, one that steals every gift I have, and to get them back, I just sneak in, get told no, I can't have Wooderman's burger, and punch him with my fists my parents gave me along with the quote-unquote gift of life. But with learning on who took Evelyn, I quickly leave because no weapon. At least giving a gift to the lady behind the counter because I'm just oh so nice. Johnny tried to give me some life lesson, but at a price. So needing to pay it forward again, I caressed Mr. Fingers until he gave me all the info I needed. Judy getting the BD equipment ready, gift myself the ability to cause some death, and with little Kaisar's pizza being not hot or ready, and the coffee with no creamer, it's obviously that these people are working in Charter Hill, and Evelyn needs the reward of being saved by me. Once again cursed myself out for making cinematic intros and taking cool B-roll shots. And I had a crosshair on this whole time, that's actually crazy. I can now reflect bullets back at my foes with about a 2% increased accuracy, for a total of 2%. But thanks to this surprisingly mixed arsenal, with the addition of protection from the scalpel, AoE bullets running upon ignorant savages, it's pretty easy, outside a moment of reflection of the sins I've committed. Slicing and dicing my way to Evelyn is as easy as ever, saving her the best we can, which gives me the extra information of who Evelyn is working for, and that they have dental. Ooh, help my friend so that I can allow racism in his YouTube video. He's sus. Is that better?
He's sus.
He's sus. I look at my penis and I say, he's sus? More like, he's sus.
He's sus. More like he's sus.
I then also start and stop the CyberSec quest. If you actually complete all of them properly, you can get a lot of crafting components. But the upgrades they would basically give me are next to zero. I'm sorry if I'm not getting and using every reward that I'm possibly able to get, because at this point, most of them are just not going to be able to fit the build I've been given. Out more about this Johnny chip in my head, driving over to meet Takamura, and after a little bit too much caffeine, he gifts me a chill pill, while he stands in front of his favorite ad. And with this chill pill secretly being Adderall, I rush into a nearby Arasaka warehouse to try and help the friend who slipped me this upper. I need more water. I spilled so much fucking water. It's dripping down my chest, help. And while rushing forward while currently being made of zero metal is about as good of an idea as showing your feet on the internet, I fall back into the rhythm of using all my weapons equally, as if my weapons are all my children, meaning I love them equally, except the katana is the child that doesn't live with me still, also known as my favorite. But even with Steven being better than Sarah and Gina, making my way into the warehouse is as easy as ever. But the Lars classic happens, of me almost killing everyone, before a bad combo happens where the last 3 people alive slowly give me the gift of an awful respawn. So in defiance and showing Cyberpunk 2077, I am the human and the boss, I rush to the objective, hack it, and escape with little to no damage on me or anyone in the building. Not my proudest moment, what is a fella meant to do, have his challenge run be hard? No. I try and fix my issue of skill by getting a weapon that might reload fast. Something easy to do if you join the 6th Street shooting competition, and get first. You can get one of the few smart weapons I like, the Divided We Stand. And since I get a free smart link thanks to Wakako's intro gig, I get a great AoE DOT rifle that reloads fast. And speaking of Wakako and coming and fast, I do half of her gigs here now, most of which are easy and sneaky, so much so I make small talk with friends. And when I'm back in Chicago, I feel loose. I really like that song. You guys like that song?
My sister just introduced me to it. It's pretty good.
I saw it on Zoe's story this morning.
That's where that conversation ends.
This is where that conversation ends.
I mean, just like I got that.
Shit. Dude, that's twice that you've done something like
Yeah,
that.
what do you want from me, man? I'm sorry.
It's just
Shit.
funny.
And with nothing new gotten just yet, I find a nice lady who doesn't like to look me in the eyes, mostly because she needs help, and the reward will be her helping me back, as the people closest to her are the ones that currently can't help her. But I do get box to have and to hold. This box helping as it has some needed cables for her, which will let us power up Rocky Road, the ridge with no power. We can attack these people that stole from Panem. It takes me a few respawns to clear it out, at least getting to be part of some discussion.
Lars,
Yeah.
I'm looking for a quarter in East Town, Silent Hill. Can you please tell me why I can't just open one of the countless
I don't know.
one of the countless cash registers in the storefronts?
Is that stealing?
Yeah, but nobody's around here. That's actually
Yeah, but that's stealing!
That's actually a very hotly debated topic within the fandom, is how active Silent Hill actually is.
A lot of times when you say, like, there's a highly debated topic and things, I just think it's, like, in the back of my mind, it's always, like, you talking to, like, just yourself. It's about, like, man, why did they do it's, you know what I mean? Like, sorry if that's a mean thought, but it's every time, it's like, damn, he's talked to a lot of people about this. But this lets me lock in, and despite the fact that I get no reward for helping Pan Am, and lose another car.
If we go now, we can still take him by surprise.
Yes, dear. But the pain of the reference aren't that difficult as I blow up any hope they have of being alive any longer than right here and right now. So with no reward in range, it's time for Pan Am to help me. Only after I upgrade my healing from buying it, get acclimated to these turrets, get the much needed treat of dealing with the second tower, only to find out the explosion started from the inside. Needing to cover it up, I rush to the King Tau transport to make sure that there are no survivors. Except of course for Pan Am's friend, who doesn't really help. And with the gift of a free motorboating motorcycle, we can rush to the gas station.
Fly me to the moon, let me play.
The last of the King Tower hiding at. Thankfully most of the people are just robots, so the only ones with any information are left all alone in a room. So after hacking the last one for not only any information he has, he also tells me that Arasaka might have a big reward for me. So I keep that information in my butt pocket, a crazy man looks into the beard of a liar, and after Johnny tries to be my father, I finally install the gift for Miss Jones and me. And make it to the last side quest of the main quests. Basically, making my way to the mean people who don't like me, and since they hate me really hard, and I've definitely had enough stealth for one playthrough, I rush past every enemy, and just fight the big lady. The poison from my newest weapon is surprisingly great for this fight, but I let her give me a little touch, if not only for the reward of a little thingy in my neck, but also for the fact that I can now wait for her to play some leapfrog, so that I can get behind her and get rid of her healing. Meaning when her health is gone, it stays gone. So I can now then meet the man who wishes he was Gambit, but I can also be his mon ami, and get the gift of a virus he gives me to take care of the VDBs. So once I get the reward of a hug, get to look into the past where Johnny can't find a guy called Clint Taurus, but once he gets got from behind, he gives a guy named after my favorite gun a quick gift. And once Mr. AK-47 is given the reward of being beaten to a pulp, Johnny tells me the fiction that he was once a good guy, before the AI he wants to have push with tells me he likes hand-holding, but only with women with no hands. With a new lease on life and gift of anger, I slowly break my way back out of this church, getting an apology cigarette, do a few more Wakako gigs, most being the helping of netrunners that are failures, I help the nice bugbear lady, and make my way to fisticuffs in Arroyo. Usually, the reward is just money, but I make him bet his rifle, and when the agreement is set, he gives me a bit of a nuh-uh. He instead tries to send his lackeys at me, but since the contract is signed, I allow myself to grab his rifle that he bet on, an explosive sniper rifle, the essence of boom boom. Good to take out this group. Downsides of this 05 iconic is when I'm holding it, no sprinting, dashing, or fun. It's not a bad sniper. As long as I don't get given a better sniper, it is my best sniper. Oh hey, comically timed Pan Am. Basically, Saul, leader of her clan, is in trouble. So I must sneak into the Raffen base and save Saul, who's been trapped forever in the one-man game of musical chairs. But it's easy to sneak in and save him, celebrate to her titties, and with shoes unfortunately staying on, it becomes morning where Pan Am is happy. So happy that she gives me a free sniffer rifle, called the Marble Rivals, with built-in sight and suppressor. And to show me how good of a friend I am, Pan Am gives me a French showing of friendship. And now, hardly not happy, I meet up with Takamura, who tried to litter. Oh. Got you. Okay. You're safe. You're safe. This game's awesome. What the fuck? So with the trash taken care of, I decided to help my friend try and score a nice talk with his old boss, telling him to keep himself safe.
That is not funny.
But since I'm the only funny guy here, My job is to take down 3 snipers, by counter-sniping. Something not easy when the hard is buried, and most one-shots are simply not possible. But with the use of something a little more power-packed, even if done with a few trips to the floor, I reflect this same fate to the snipers I'm here for, the last one choosing his own, which I kinda respect. And with the Netrunner a little excited for me to unplug her,
What are you doing, step bro?
it still needs to be done right in time so I can take precisely 1 step back to avoid the greatest dumbass to ever live. Oda does the Oda thing. I also kinda noticed that Takamura just lies to you during this fight. All of Oda's weaknesses are things I'm told to avoid. He's easy to fight in melee, but I'm told to watch my distance. All my smart weapon bullets land, but he says Oda's suit won't let my shots land. Like, dude, just support your homie who's doing well.
When you got a mean 5 in your pocket, but she start ordering a drink.
So, it's so true.
I saw one the other day that was like when you have the chillest 15 in your pocket and she starts saying deluxe and better
Need a
quality.
4x4 animal style. Fuck!
How do you know my order?
Fucking in and out, everyone gets a 4x4. Either way, the gifts so far have gifted me the ability to take Oda down for good. And I mean, for good. Takamura gets to be my favorite Cyberpunk song and let me down. So much so that he can't convince his old boss to give us jobs, and Arasaka's here to take us out. I just escape on my own, giving Takamura the best gift of all. No longer needing to pay taxes. Weirdly enough now, everyone I know is trying to gift me an ending, with Hanako wanting me to work with her, and Johnny wanting him and Rogue to take Arasaka down for old time's sake, but doing a few more gigs for nothing worth mentioning, friend Panam hits me back up for help. So with my gig done, I meet back up with my bestie. She needs help getting something to protect her clan. It's some weird signals of our friendship, but cleaning up a convoy and getting the tank pieces for Panam is rather easy. Getting the reward of hearing my friend act like I do when someone tries to apologize for something I'm over.
Stop it! Fuck! Just shut up already!
But later that day, I get first dibs on driving the new cool tank. A fun drive where Panam and I get to hang out, once again getting mixed signals, as well as finding out Male V apparently wears a thong.
It's a thong! Ow! It breathes!
But after a friendly hug session, followed by killing the counter clan that's been trying to counter the clan of Panam, we do such a good job that she gets a promotion. But now that she's a woman in power, I become very scared and pass out from the fear and strength she can now wield. A Karen with manager powers. Only to see her in the cuck chair once I wake up. I tell her I'll call her if I need help destroying a massive corporation, and after another kiss of friendship, once she walks away, I get a level in street cred, increasing my rep. This woman get level up in street cred. That fella V? Yeah, I heard that he took down a huge corporation on his own with nothing but a katana. Wow, that's crazy. Oh man, he also took down a whole convoy by himself. Yeah, I heard he kissed a lady with a big butt. Whoa, I didn't think that was possible. And since my level up days are soon over, I finished the last Double Cocktail's gigs, as I can now get a tier 5 katana for all my effort. Better than the last katana I was given, for its high chance of bleed. So I can finally meet Hanako at Embers, which is a fate worse than death, as my body tries to shut down the second I enter. Waking up in Vic's stinky spare chair, get given the gift of fruit gummy and a pistol that one-shots, but only on myself. I then find the coolest thing in the game. I can tell Johnny I'm going to side with Panam, and if I wanted to, but instead go with Arasaka. I'm still not going to, but that's still kind of funny, which can put me in Panam's clan after an argument.
I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
You don't know who Pyramid Head is?
I've never played Silent Hill.
Yeah, but everybody knows who Pyramid Head is.
Not everyone.
You don't know about Butt Chungus? Everybody knows about Butt Chungus, dude.
Lars,
What
come on,
the fuck?
everyone knows who Pyramid Head is.
Not everyone. There are some really weird people in this world that don't know about it.
Me.
And get one last gift for the rewarding road. As if you beat Cassidy in a shootout, also known as the easiest thing ever, you're allowed to get one last iconic before the ending. Which, I forgot the name of, but it's at least a revolver that doesn't look like the ballsack one. But I make sure Panam is as ready as ever, so that when she gives me another sniper to protect the clan, I know she's happy. Protecting everyone so that Bobby can find another second tower, and I clear a path towards some tech for the tech nerds that can help us. needing to do a little bit more defending, like a white knight, for no other reason than white being a nice color for my armor, and defending them with the gifts that we made along the way. Most being a bunch of quote-unquote cool weapons, which is surprisingly effective. I also sneak into Arasaka and allow the AI to do her thing. But on my way to Mikoshi, the last gift of the run is getting to see the best death animation ever made. And surprisingly, this was probably my hardest try with Smasher in quite a while. Mostly because my arsenal is either make the choice of slowed with damage or slow with movement, due to my weird assortment of weapons. In most of my starter attempts, I used the smart tech weapon a bit too much at the start, and died in the later half when he was much faster. And in LarsBurrito fashion, the first fight of the year gets extra help as always.
I just want to be happy.
Gosh. Cyberpunk 2077. The house always fucking wins, man. The house always has the edge. I hate it here. And while he can move in his last phase, it gives me way too many chances to get my health back to normal if he wants to hit me. And since I can save all my ammo for the divided stand, he's almost always poisoned and losing HP the rest of the way. But my last gift to Pan is letting her be the one to take Smasher down. And I do mean last gift, as when I'm told my body is no longer mine, I let it be a gift to Johnny. Not only so I can pick the line where he calls me hot, but even after the ending where I become part of the AI woman's thighs, he pays it forward by gifting a guitar to an upcoming rocker boy. Johnny gives a last farewell to me in the city, before finding out this is probably the worst ending for my friend Pan.
Really?
Who I think might have had feelings for me. At least we've shown that this game is not only very possible with only gifts and rewards, it's still pretty easy breezy. I tried a few new things for this video, trying to keep things a bit more different for the new year, so let me know if you like these new changes. If you're new here, and if you enjoyed, like and subscribe. As if I get more subs than BetterHelp before the end of 2026, I will be doing a Rebecca cosplay. Yes, that's a real thing, not a joke. Best of 2025 special. Thank you so much for watching, and not as always,